Imagine a place where time seems to slow down. This is Åstol, a tiny island nestled in the vast Swedish archipelago. Just a stone's throw from Gothenburg, it feels a world away. Åstol is a hidden gem, a secret whispered among travelers seeking authentic experiences. Wander through its narrow streets, past charming cottages draped in fishing nets. The scent of the sea follows you everywhere. Explore the rugged coastline by kayak, or savor freshly caught seafood at a local restaurant. Åstol's history is as rich and deep as the surrounding waters. The island has been inhabited since the Stone Age. For centuries, fishing has been the lifeblood of Åstol. The herring fishing industry boomed, bringing wealth and growth to the island. Today, while fishing remains important, tourism is steadily growing. Walking through the narrow streets, one can almost hear the echoes of the past. Åstol's story is one of resilience, adaptation, and a deep connection to the sea. Åstol's story begins long before written records. Some whisper of Viking longships finding safe harbor in its inlets. The first written mention of Åstol dates back to the 13th century. Life was harsh, dictated by the rhythms of the sea. Despite the hardships, the people of Åstol persevered. The island's isolation fostered a strong sense of community. Through wars and foreign threats, Åstol endured, its spirit unbroken. The landscape of Åstol tells a silent story of its past. Ancient burial mounds, dating back to the Bronze Age, offer a glimpse into the lives of Åstol's earliest inhabitants. As you explore the island's rugged coastline, you might stumble upon the weathered remains of old fishing huts. These simple structures provided shelter for fishermen seeking refuge from sudden storms. Even the island's houses tell a story. Their colorful facades now lend a cheerful charm to the island's streets. Each house holds within its walls the memories of generations of islanders. The 18th century brought a period of unprecedented prosperity to Åstol. The herring became the island's economic engine. Åstol's fishermen hauled in record catches. The island buzzed with activity, but the good times eventually moved on. Overfishing and changing conditions led to a decline in herring stocks. By the late 19th century, the industry had collapsed, plunging Åstol into economic depression. Many islanders were forced to leave their homes in search of work on the mainland. Åstol isn't your typical island paradise. Åstol greets you with a rugged beauty, a landscape sculpted by time and the relentless force of the sea. The island is essentially a giant slab of granite, polished smooth by ancient glaciers. Walking along the shore, you'll encounter a fascinating mosaic of textures and colors. Patches of emerald green moss cling tenaciously to the rock. Deep crevices, often filled with seawater, harbor a surprising array of marine life. Wildflowers dot the landscape with splashes of color, their delicate petals a stark contrast to the harsh beauty of the surrounding rock. Despite the challenging environment, Åstol boasts a surprising array of plant life. Salt-tolerant grasses and wildflowers thrive in the thin soil, painting the landscape with unexpected hues. During the spring and summer months, the island erupts in a riot of color. Bright yellow gorse bushes add a touch of sunshine to the rocky landscape. Delicate sea thrift clings to the edges of cliffs, braving the salty spray. Even the humble lichen adds its own subtle beauty to Åstol's palette. The resilience and adaptability of Åstol's flora serve as a constant reminder of nature's ability to thrive even in the most challenging environments. While land-based wildlife might be limited on Åstol, the surrounding waters teem with life. The island serves as an important breeding ground for a variety of seabirds. During the spring and summer months, the cliffs come alive with the activity of nesting birds. Guillemots and Reusables perch precariously on narrow ledges. Overhead, graceful terns swoop and dive, plucking fish from the waves. Larger seabirds, such as cormorants and gannets, can be seen further out to sea. If you're lucky, you might even spot a seal basking on the rocks near the shore. Åstol's cultural fabric is as rich and intricate as the fishing nets that once draped its harbour. Generations of islanders have woven a tapestry of traditions shaped by their unique environment and close-knit community. Despite modern influences, Åstol clings proudly to its heritage. One of the most enduring aspects of Åstol's culture is its strong sense of community. The sea permeates every aspect of life on Åstol, shaping the island's folklore, music, and even its language. Visitors to Åstol can experience this rich culture firsthand. The warmth of the people and their genuine hospitality make a visit to Åstol a truly enriching experience. The cuisine of Åstol is a testament to the island's intimate relationship with the sea. Fresh, locally sourced seafood takes center stage, prepared with simple yet flavorful techniques. One of the most iconic dishes is fisk-soppa, a creamy fish soup made with fresh catches, potatoes, and aromatic herbs. Another local favorite is smørstekt strömming, small Baltic herring, lightly floured and pan-fried. Served with boiled potatoes and lingonberry jam, it's a dish that embodies the essence of Swedish coastal cuisine. For a true taste of Åstol's history, try kläppsill, fermented herring. This traditional delicacy offers a glimpse into the island's past. Throughout the year, Åstol comes alive with festivals and events that celebrate the island's heritage. One of the most anticipated events is the annual Herring Festival, a tribute to the fish that once brought prosperity to the island. Held in late summer, the festival features a lively market selling all things herring. Visitors can enjoy traditional music and dance performances and watch skilled fishermen demonstrate their craft. Another highlight is the Midsummer's Eve celebration, a magical time when the sun barely sets. Bonfires blaze on the shore, while locals and visitors gather to sing traditional songs and dance around the maypole. These celebrations are a testament to the enduring spirit of Åstol's community. Åstol isn't about ticking off a checklist of attractions. It's about succumbing to a different rhythm, one dictated by the ebb and flow of the tides. Start your day with a leisurely stroll along the harbour. Watch the fishing boats bobbing gently in the water. As the sun climbs higher, find a sunny spot on a smooth granite rock and soak up the view. Lose yourself in the maze of narrow cobblestone streets. Admire the charming cottages, their colourful facades adorned with blooming window boxes. While Åstol's charms lie primarily in its tranquility, the surrounding waters offer ample opportunities for adventure. Rent a kayak and embark on a self-guided tour of the surrounding islets and skerries. Paddle through narrow channels, discovering hidden coves and secluded beaches. For a different perspective, join a guided boat tour. Experienced captains share their knowledge of the local waters and maritime history. If you're feeling adventurous, try your hand at fishing. The waters around Åstol are teeming with fish, and landing your own supper is both rewarding and delicious. Åstol's allure extends beyond its picturesque landscape and maritime adventures. The island is home to a small but fascinating museum that offers a glimpse into its rich history and culture. Discover the stories of the people who have called this island home for centuries. The museum's collection includes ancient fishing gear, navigational instruments, and traditional household items. After immersing yourself in Åstol's past, treat yourself to a taste of its present at one of the local cafes or restaurants. Savor freshly caught seafood, prepared with simple yet flavorful techniques. Before leaving Åstol, wander through its small shops for unique souvenirs crafted by local artisans. To truly understand Åstol, one must listen to the whispers of the wind as it dances through the weathered houses and the tales spun by the islanders themselves. Their stories, etched with the salt and grit of generations past, paint a vivid picture of life on this tiny island. I met Astrid, her eyes the color of the sea itself, mending a fishing net by the harbor. Her weathered hands moved with a practiced grace, her needle weaving in and out of the mesh. She spoke of her grandfather, a legendary fisherman who braved the North Sea's fury in a tiny wooden boat. He'd be gone for weeks, she'd say, her voice a low murmur against the backdrop of lapping waves. We'd wait, hearts in our throats, until his boat reappeared on the horizon. Astrid's stories weren't just hers, they belonged to the island, passed down like precious heirlooms. Later, I sat with Johan, a young man who'd left the mainland's bustle to return to his roots. He runs a small guest house, his eyes sparkling with a love for his ancestral home. "There's a certain magic here," he confided, gesturing towards the setting sun, painting the sky in hues of orange and purple. "You can feel it in the air, in the quiet strength of this place." My time on Åstol wasn't just about discovering a hidden gem, it was about rediscovering a part of myself I hadn't realized was missing. In the island's tranquility, in the unhurried rhythm of life, I found a sense of peace I'd been chasing in the city's clamor. The island's silence wasn't empty. It was filled with the whispers of the wind, the cries of seabirds, and the gentle lapping of waves against the shore. It was a silence that allowed me to hear my own thoughts, to reconnect with the natural world, and to appreciate the simple beauty of existence. As I stood on the island's highest point, the wind whipping my hair, I felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude. Gratitude for the opportunity to experience this unique place, for the kindness of the islanders, and for the reminder that sometimes the most profound experiences are found in the simplest of things. Åstol, with its rugged beauty, its rich history, and its enduring spirit, is more than just an island. It's a state of mind. It's a place where time slows down, where worries fade into the sea breeze, and where one can reconnect with the essence of what truly matters. Åstol stays with you long after the ferry has deposited you back on the mainland. It's in the lingering scent of salt on your clothes, the sway of your step, as if mimicking the ocean's rhythm. The island, small in scale, becomes vast in your memory. You recall the granite streets, polished smooth by time and footsteps. The sturdy houses, painted in cheerful hues, standing sentinel against the ever-present sea. The faces of the islanders, weathered by wind and sun, yet etched with a kindness as deep as the waters surrounding them. More than just a travel destination, Åstol is an antidote, a counterpoint to our fast-paced, hyper-connected world. It reminds us that beauty can be found in stark landscapes, that history whispers in the very stones, and that true connection often lies in shared silences rather than spoken words. Leaving Åstol isn't truly an ending, it's a beginning. A return to yourself, perhaps, carrying a newfound appreciation for the simple things. The taste of fresh bread and strong coffee, enjoyed with a view of the water, the sound of the wind, no longer drowned out by city din. Some places beckon you back, not out of obligation, but out of a deep, soul-level yearning. Åstol holds that kind of pull. It's a place to seek refuge when the world feels too loud, too fast, too much. You might return for the herring festival, the scent of wood smoke and laughter filling the air, or perhaps to kayak through the skerries, the silence broken only by the splash of your paddle and the cry of a lone gull. Maybe you'll simply sit on the harbor wall, watching the sunset paint the sky in improbable hues, feeling a sense of belonging you hadn't known you craved. Åstol is a reminder that some journeys are less about distance traveled and more about the depths we discover within ourselves. It's an invitation to slow down, breathe deeply, and listen to the whispers of the wind and the waves. The island, in its quiet strength, whispers a universal truth. Sometimes, the greatest adventures are found not in conquering new horizons, but in rediscovering the shores of our own souls.